God intended me to be perfect in Him. But before I became a Christian, I was simply unfit for His kingdom. I was a child trying to find my way. And the toys I played with kept my mind occupied and basically said, no cure, no pay. And my playmates had long hair, short skirt, and soft skin. And they cared enough to go along and wallow with me often I hung around guys with bad influences. We were supposed to be homeboys until the very end, not knowing that the spirit of Jezebel turned out to be my very best friend. And I would look her straight in her eyes before ever seeing the sun rise, and every time paid her a visit and stepped into her space, into her care, into her club. And the funny thing was that even secular artists used to warn me when I went to the club spitting, because I could hear Mystical literally scream, danger, danger. And it wasn't that God created an imperfect man, it was just that the devil had me blinded to the fact that I became the perfect stranger. Before I became a Christian, I used to hear stories of how God made Adam from dust, so likewise I was trying to make love out of lust. I thought I knew it better. I was taught to let my mouth spit game, but never allowed my heart to say much. I treated his daughters like beauty pageant contestants, and there would be zero return on their investments, because I wasn't looking for a Proverbs 31 girl, but I'm a problem in your dirty one girl. This was the time that I used to take notes from a brother figure who really didn't know how to be a brother, so go figure. His girl used to be a punching bag because he was too afraid to take his frustration out on the world instead by simply enduring affliction. Yet, during addiction, he could go 12 rounds against the violent screams of stop, stop. I asked myself why. And yet I allowed his exampleship to build up a lustful company inside, and bitterness never ended and left no time wasted, because I grew up in showing compassion, but it would soon turn to showing signs of hatred. Before I became a Christian, I was much shorter, not just in height, but in spiritual insight, because I never saw a picture of a real man. And Paramount only showed the movies of what a real man doesn't look like. So even when I look right, in my deepest sin I was dead wrong. But man, I recall that even in that period, Dad was so strong. Where sin increased, grace abounded even more. And he sent some VO people on my path to help me reach the point of saying no more. Enough wasn't really enough. But Christ was and still is. And I thank God that I'm still His. Because when I became a Christian, I learned how to love God right back. And even though I'm good at falling short of His glory, I reflect on my story and conclude that on that particular day in 2005, I died. And now the new me is resting in His peace. And listen, I ain't here to feed you a fairy tale story, but I have to let it all out to give God the highest glory, because my problems didn't go away, but now the solution was closer than ever. Matter of fact, it's within me. So I'll stop asking myself, why? Because when I became a Christian, I learned how to let go, get on my knees and get a hold of God, and even how to cry. And I'm not ashamed of my tears. Neither will I allow my fears to muffle the groaning in my spirit. Since I became a Christian, I'm no longer afraid of the dark. I wrap my fingers around James 5:16, confess, pray, and allowing God to heal my heart. I discovered that there are some additional qualities around the corridor of introspection. Today, I'm blessed with a God-given house, the most beautiful wife, a visionary ministry, and by His Spirit formed day by day into His intended perfection. God bless you.